The moon was supposed to be quiet. A dead rock. A place where conspiracy theorists still squinted at blurry photographs and argued about flags and shadows. But tonight, the regolith trembled. Buried under centuries of dust and forgotten wars, something stirred, a vast, rusting carcass of a dreadnought that no one remembered leaving behind. Its hull was pitted like an old battleship dredged from the sea, its weapons silent, its engines long asleep. The aliens who'd abandoned it had assumed time would finish the job. They were wrong. Humans had found it. And humans, bless their reckless little hearts, had decided to turn it back on. It began with an engineer named Carter Vance, who had the uncanny ability to fix anything by hitting it with just the right amount of optimism and a wrench older than his grandfather. He stood in the cavernous, dust-choked hangar, staring up at a tower of alien metal taller than any skyscraper, and said cheerfully, "Well, she's not dead. Just sulking. Like my ex-wife's toaster. Give me a week." A week later, the Dreadnought's eyes glowed for the first time in millennia. At first, humanity treated it like a cosmic garage project. Universities argued over what to call it. Project Moonboat, Project Apollo 2, or, as Carter insisted, Project She's Mine, Don't Touch Anything. World governments tried to negotiate who got to press the first button. Social media lost its collective mind when someone leaked a photo of Carter leaning against a glowing alien console with the caption, "Step 1, turn it off and on again." But when the ship systems hummed back to life, when its dormant reactors pulsed like a sleeping god awakening, the galaxy noticed. They had forgotten. Entire generations of alien empires had come and gone since the war that left that dreadnought marooned on the lunar surface. The Krail Dominion, who had once wielded fleets like scythes, thought humanity was still a quaint, pre-FTL species who microwaved leftovers and worried about reality TV. The idea that humans might have stumbled onto that particular relic was, in their minds, absurd. Until the dreadnought roared to life. The first to respond were the Valthari, bird-like, elegant, condescending creatures who looked like aristocrats dressed in feathers. They sent a delegation to Earth, arriving in orbit with ships gleaming like daggers. Their envoy's message was clear. Return the vessel. It is not yours. Carter, who had somehow become humanity's spokesperson after accidentally rebooting the alien death machine, responded over an open channel with his usual polite tone. "Oh, hi. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. We'd love to return it, but we've misplaced the receipt. You know how it is." The Valthari did not appreciate humor. This is not a toy for primitives. That dreadnought once ended civilizations. You cannot possibly comprehend its power. Carter smiled, though the cameras didn't capture it. "Oh, I think we're catching on just fine." And then, because humans never do subtle, the dreadnought moved. It rose off the lunar surface like a leviathan shaking off the seabed, its hull gleaming with patchwork repairs and human graffiti. Someone had painted a giant shark mouth near its prow. Cities across Earth watched the night sky as the impossible silhouette eclipsed the moon. The aliens, meanwhile, panicked. The Valthari tried diplomacy, then threats. Carter remained infuriatingly polite. "Please," they hissed, "you don't even know how to steer it." "Oh, don't worry," Carter replied, hands folded behind his back. "We read the manual." There was no manual. There was Carter, a swarm of caffeinated engineers, and 1,000 human instincts screaming bigger button equals more fun. When the dreadnought's weapons powered up, the galaxy shivered. Energy readings cascaded across deep space sensors. Old warlords stirred in their graves. The Krail Dominion, who thought the ship was long forgotten, dispatched fleets. Other species whispered in fear. The humans had woken the rusted god. The dreadnought's first demonstration was almost accidental. Carter wanted to test the guns on an asteroid. Instead, the asteroid ceased existing in less than a second. The Valthari delegation transmitted a single horrified word: monsters. Humans cheered. Memes exploded. Someone edited the footage with dramatic music and uploaded it under the title, pew pew goes the moonboat. But beneath the laughter, Carter was calculating. He'd seen the way the aliens looked at Earth, like wolves circling a wounded animal. Humanity had been tolerated, dismissed, even pitted. But now, with a dreadnought in their hands, the predators were showing their teeth. The Krail Dominion's fleets arrived like a storm. Thousands of ships, sleek and merciless, surrounded Earth's orbit. Their commander broadcast his ultimatum. Surrender the Dreadnought or be annihilated. You are children with a gun you cannot control. Carter's reply was disarmingly gentle. Children? Oh, that's flattering. But you've made a mistake. See, children don't hold grudges. He leaned against the console, his voice calm as the Dreadnought's weapon arrays locked onto 100 Krail ships simultaneously. Humans? We remember everything. The first volley vaporized an entire battle group. Not scattered debris, not crippled engines, just erased. The galaxy watched in stunned silence as the Krail Dominion, who had terrorized star systems for centuries, reeled backward before Earth's smile. Yet Carter wasn't reckless. Every shot, every maneuver was deliberate. He spoke politely during combat, as though discussing weather. Apologies. Was that your flagship? Terribly sorry, but you did park it in my line of sight. The more humanity fought, the darker their humor became. Soldiers painted "Property of Earth" on captured alien hulls. Pilots joked about parking tickets for enemy cruisers. Even as worlds burned, humans laughed with that unsettling, unbreakable grin that told the galaxy one thing: they weren't scared. The war escalated galaxy-wide. Factions scrambled to ally with or against Earth. Old treaties shattered. Empires toppled. Through it all, the Dreadnought, patched together with alien relics and human stubbornness, cut a path like a myth reborn. At last, the galaxy demanded parley. Dozens of species gathered on a neutral station, their envoys trembling as Carter walked in wearing a suit he'd borrowed from a department store, as if he were attending a wedding rather than a galactic summit. They pleaded, threatened, bargained. You cannot keep that ship, one hissed. You will destabilize the stars, another cried. You will doom us all, shouted a third. Carter simply adjusted his tie and spoke softly. Gentlemen, you misunderstand. We don't want this ship. The chamber fell silent. Carter continued, his tone light but his words edged with steel. We never wanted it. We wanted to see what you would do. And you've shown us fear, aggression, desperation. Now we know exactly who you are. He smiled that dangerous human smile, the kind that promised storms. The Dreadnought was never our weapon. It was bait. The delegates froze as realization dawned. Outside the station's windows, more ships emerged from hyperspace, human-built this time. Not one, not 10, but entire fleets, gleaming and ready. While the galaxy had been panicking over the resurrected Dreadnought, Earth had been building. Quietly, relentlessly, together. Carter leaned forward, voice almost kind. We wanted to see who would lunge at our throats. Now we know. And now, we get to decide what happens next. The galaxy had thought humans were children with a toy. They were wrong. Humanity had been patient, polite, and smiling all the while. But behind that smile was vengeance sharpened into strategy. And somewhere on the moon, the Dreadnought purred like a satisfied beast, watching its new masters prepare to rewrite the stars.